Hey guys and ghouls, welcome back to the Cozy Ghost. I'm your host October, and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. We've got one last ending to get here with Polypus, since we let her down last time, unfortunately. So, instead of hiding out in one of those apartment buildings, let's catch a movie and get some soft-serve grub cream. Polypus' mouth twitches. Could just be a muscle spasm, but you like to think it's a smile of approval and burgeoning camaraderie. Yeah, I guess we could. It's what people do on dates, right? It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it. She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable. You're certainly nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all of your new friends have been literally cold-blooded. Also metaphorically for a few of them. But you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Regardless, your point is, it's kind of nice to hold hands even if it is under completely false murder pretenses. Come on, there's probably a theater in there. Makes sense. You aren't from around here, and you don't think Polypi is either, but you can always recognize a mall when you see one. Stores and escalators and fountains full of slimy mall water. That's probably been there for years. The biggest difference between this and an Earth mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at any of these stores. Everything is automated. That and the top floors appear to be reserved for high bloods. Polypi is still holding onto your hand. Gosh, it's like you really are on a date. This is very, very friendly. As far as you know, you've never been on a date with an assassin before. You can't read the show times and descriptions, and you don't have any money, but Polypi chooses the movie and pays for you both. She tosses a couple of coins into a slot, and the machine spits out 2 tickets. You don't see any soft-serve grub cream, but you're a little too queasy from mingled nerves and excitement currently to deal with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop for a bag of buttery exploded kernels at the concession stand. The theater you follow Polypi into isn't very crowded, but you still feel every pair of eyes settling on you as you walk up the steps. Your heart pounds and sweat slides down the back of your neck. You are just positive everyone can see right through you to this deeply controversial cross-species matchup you've got going on here. Even worse, Polypi takes a seat weirdly close to the only other group in here. Man, awkward. The movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia, there aren't any trailers before movies. Kind of a bummer. If you're going to be stuck here, you want to know what hot new summer blockbusters you have to look forward to. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expected Polypi to choose a thriller or a horror movie. From what you can glean of the plot, it's about a beautiful young Jade Blood who gets involved with a visiting Blue Blood, and their servant, a big bumbling Bronze. The portrayal of Low Blood strikes you as vaguely offensive. They grunt and fall down a lot. The caverns look a lot fancier than you remember from the time you hung out with Branya, just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jeweled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you don't just think it's because you're unfamiliar with the cultural context. It also doesn't help that Polypi keeps up a running commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted. Ugh, I can't believe they added in the mistaken identity storyline. So unnecessary. Also, Black Rom is so boring in comedies. There's just no punch to it. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage, but I read it a long time ago. My taste may have just been worse back then. You look at her in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What, you think I've been an assassin since I pupated? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course, I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I'd read online. 2 characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are. You are way more interested in the fact that Polypi has decided to tell you her life story in the back of a movie theater. The deep blue light from a screen in the brooding caverns washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You're entranced. It didn't last, though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago, a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high, maybe on Soper. Whatever. They stole a bunch of my shit, killed my Lucis, and some little psionic fuck broke both my legs with its brain. Just because he thought it'd be funny. You're riveted. You have a bit of a tragic backstory yourself, but nothing this dramatic. Polypi picks through the buttery exploded kernels with a delicate claw. I was trapped in my hive. I would have starved to death if it hadn't been for some teal who lived in my neighborhood. Just some little idiot who ran around with an Eastern Alternia replica sword, challenging pur beasts to a duel. Teal Bloods are pedantic bulge lords, but they care about justice, and these kids had attacked me for no reason. I didn't break any laws. Anyway, that's why I'm an equal opportunity for how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. One of the kids in the row ahead of you turns around to tell Polypa that if she and her Moira want to get all nasty and pale, maybe you should get a room. Polypa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek. Almost a slow-motion slap, firm and intense with plenty of uncomfortable eye contact. Ah, the shoosh pop. The girl settles down after that, and everyone goes back to watching the movie. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You're glad Polypa trusts you enough to share her past, but you're nervous about her talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to lay low? Think about it. When that girl sees the description and the alert, she's not going to be thinking about the noisy olive blood getting all consolatory in public. It's way safer than skulking around, believe me. Gosh, Polypa really is an expert. You're so glad you got to go on this date with her, even if it was mostly fake. As soon as you're back out on the street, Polypa pulls out her phone. Slowly, her face falls. Fuck. That little no-clicker. I thought she bailed on me, but according to Chitter, she's dead. They got her. Damn it. I told her to be careful. Her sadness is quickly turning to rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder too, and people are starting to look your way. Heckling in a theater is one thing. Shouting at a phone about murder is another. This is going south fast. You've got to calm her down. Deploy shoosh pop. For the lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw the troll inside do to his angry date. You press your palm firmly to her cheek. To your intense shock, she blushes a deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans into your touch as if she's drawing comfort from this tiny little gesture. Then she blinks and pulls away. Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now. Let's be professional. She bites her lip, hesitating. Then she reaches up and repeats the gesture on your face. An unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be the warmth of friendship? You're a weird-looking double horn amputee with very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short-term and long-term memory loss. But you're alright. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I can use a partner I could depend on. Is it raining? No. Those are just tears in your eyes. Tears of gratitude. Okay, don't get too choked up. You're definitely just gonna be bait. You assure Polypa that, due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want it any other way. Victory! We did it! We got the good ending. That's great. Alright. That is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you'd like to support this channel. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!